Hi there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos channel. We are continuing with Scratch tutorials. We are continuing with learning Scratch blocks, and in this video we are going to try to find how and when to use Scratch block, which is named Go-To. Okay, let's go to Scratch to see that in action. In last video we have defined our game so that the Scratch cat will start always at this position that it is right now. So if I leave my game like this and stop my game in this position, but then later start it again, Scratch cat will hop to that position, which is exactly what we wanted to do. That was achieved by this motion block Go-To XY, where we have inserted some numbers. But what happens with this motion block which says go to random position? Okay, these two look similar and they are also one above each other in motion blocks. The one which we are learning about today is Go-To, and it is fourth from above, and it has drop down menu. So if we click on this little arrow here, it will open some other options for us, which we will explain later. For now, let's stay with this random position. And if you remember from earlier videos, if you have watched earlier videos, click on the operators, Scratch blocks, and there you have pick random 1 to 10, which we have explained earlier. So watch that lesson if you have forgot what that was about. But in short, it was random number generator. Random means you don't know what value it will give us, and if you see me clicking here, it gives random different values from 1 to 10. Same goes, my Scratch is still working slowly, probably because too many windows open in internet browser. Anyway, same goes with this pick random position, or go to random position, sorry. Same as with these numbers 1 to 10, but in this case now, as we have explained earlier, position in Scratch is defined by two numbers: X, which defines your coordinates or your position in terms of left and right, and Y position, Y-axis, which determines your position in terms of top and bottom. So when you click on this random go to random position, what will happen? If I'm right, Scratch cat will hop on some random position in this stage. That means it can click, when I click this button, it can go on this level 1 button. On concert, it can hop to the acid, to the lava, to the middle of the screen, to the right, to the left. That's exactly what random means. It means that we don't know where it will go, so unknown. So let's try this and see what will happen. Yeah, it works. And you can play like this as much as you want. I'm not going to do that anymore. Good thing is that we have in previous lesson we have defined that cat should start every time from the same position. So when I click on this green flag, it will hop here. Great. Okay, so this Scratch block motion block, go to, doesn't make much sense for our cat. But for example, let's import some other sprite with choose sprite button. Go to the Scratch library and pick some other character, maybe this ugly butterfly. Yeah, it looks good. I will resize it a little bit, maybe to 80% instead of 100, maybe a little bit more, 75. No, even more, 65. Yeah, this looks better. And I want this butterfly will be as it's called in games NPC. That means non-player character. What does that mean? That means that you cannot control this butterfly in game. It will be some random character, non-player character, non-player controlled character. You cannot play as a butterfly in game and you cannot control it, so it will just be flying around. Maybe it will give you some quest later or whatever, but it's not the player, it's not the main character, it's not the enemy, so it's non-player character. Okay, so let's see. I want my butterfly character to spawn into random position. Go to random position, and when do I want him to do that? I want him to do that when when the green flag is clicked. So when the game starts, go to random position. So every time you start the game, this butterfly will start at some other position, which is what I wanted to do, and that's it. More or less, you will use it for some kind of now it's in acid. You will use it sometimes for some of those situations like that. Simple as that. What else to show? Yeah, maybe better explanation, better solution was maybe something like a tree. I hope there is a tree in Scratch library. A, B, C, D, F, G, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, 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 tree. Great. Here it is. So pick the tree sprite from Scratch library. Great. I will resize it to 80%. And why did I pick tree instead of butterfly now after the butterfly? Well, I just wanted to show you some better example how this random position and go to random position is used in professional games or everyday games and so on. One of the examples, one of the solution is, for example, when you have some sandbox games like Minecraft or MMOs and so on, and you want to create some terrains, some environment, some trees, forest, mountains and so on, because you want to do that in a random way, because and procedural, because you want your game to look different every time. So every time you play Minecraft, you get new environment, new terrain, and trees are on some other position, stones on some other, and so on. So it will be interesting for you to play again and again and again and so on. So in short, to make your game more interesting, we are going now to spawn this tree into random position and to copy it a couple of times, so every time you will get some kind of different looking forest. Let's see if we can do that in a fast and efficient way. We'll do it exactly the same as with the butterfly. So when when green flag is clicked, I want this forest to go to random position. It works for 1, 1, 3, but it makes not much sense for 1, 3, so yeah, this is so slow. So let's click on this sprite and right click on it and pick duplicate and duplicate for a couple of times. I will do it 5, for example, 5 times. If I could, I would. Okay, so I'm going to stop the game and click it, and you see, for example, we have some kind of forest where most of the trees are in the top, and now when I click they will change their position. Cool. The problem with this is what? You can maybe already see it, but for example, if you don't, sometimes trees are overlapping. You can see that now. This tree here should be below this one, like this, but it looks like it's in front of it. So there is a way to do it, and we will do it later, maybe in some later video with those scratch blocks which define the front and back layers. And for sometimes when you click on this spawn go button and start your game, because this random position doesn't care if you already have something beneath it. Sometimes you will get something like this, two trees, one on each other, and we don't want that. We have to define some minimum distance between each other and so on. So all of those features can be achieved, and is what it is done in professional game development for some professional games. But nevertheless, this what we have learned here and now and did it very, very fast doesn't look so bad. It works, and we can see that it works nicely every time we have some kind of different forest. Sometimes it's uglier, sometimes it's prettier, but it works. And all of those features which I have just said, overlapping and so on, we can we will define in later videos. For now on, in this video, I think it's okay, and I will hide these trees because I don't want them for my game so far. I will leave them. I don't want to delete them, but just hide them and test if it, yeah, so far no trees. Okay, that's what I wanted. And I've hidden them because I don't want them for my cat game. I will maybe use them later. Let's concentrate on this butterfly and explain few things here, and that's it for this video. As I said before, if you click on this drop down menu will pop up, and we have used random position, which was cool. But what for example, what this mouse pointer means, that means that as it says go to mouse pointer, but the best way to show it is to use forever block. Why? Because I want to show you how this what will happen now. I'm telling the Scratch that butterfly should go to the mouse pointer, which is cool, but when will it happen? If I put it in forever, what will Scratch do? Scratch will do this. Okay, go to the mouse pointer, then again go to the mouse pointer, and again and again and again. So Scratch will test this forever, and it will tell butterfly on the stage to follow the mouse pointer forever, which in real world will look like butterfly is following the mouse pointer and in real time. So let's click on the green flag, and what will happen now when I move my mouse pointer over the stage, butterfly will follow it. Simple as that, just like that. So you can use this for some of your games where you are controlling your character by mouse pointer. There are some games like that on web. I don't have some kind of concrete idea now when to use it in, but you can make some top-down shooter or side scroller shooter like this, or collectible game. But in accent here is not on that. The accent here is on showing what this go-to field will do, scratch block. And again, if I hope this forever block you have understand it so far. If you, yeah, my scratch is slowed to the max, and if you are confused, you can always try this block first when simply like this, and then later for put it in forever block. But I hope you understand that this block will execute only once now. Why? Because that's what we have set to the scratch. When the green flag is clicked, go to the mouse pointer, and that's it. Do it once and that's it. Do it once and that's it. I don't need that forever. So you will probably won't even see it. Yeah, it hopped to the mouse and stopped like that. Why? Because we have told him to do so. But when we put this in forever block, it will do that. It will do just what we have said to him. It will follow our mouse forever and ever. Exactly. Simple as that. And the third option was to go to some kind of object. You can go to cat, you can go to acid damage pond, lava damage pond, and so on. Let's try cat, and let's try when green flag clicked. So now when I click on the green flag, butterfly should snap to the cat's head or body. Yeah, but it stays like that. And let's see if we can make this butterfly follow the cat forever. What will happen now? Stop, start. Cool. So you can see how by experimenting a little bit with your different options in Scratch and different blocks, you can achieve so many different results, and some of them are really interesting and fun, and can all of those can give you ideas for your games. That's how game development should be, and that's how most of the best games are developed, and ideas for them. For example, you can use this follow the cat, go to cat and follow it forever. You can use it, for example, to make this butterfly some kind of pet for your main character. We will see later how to for example how to follow the cat, not like this behind it, but over it, and little bit for example above, like go on the cat's, over the cat's head or behind it, so you can make some virtual pets for your main character, or something like that. You can that way you can, for example, make some clothing, shields, weapons to attach to your character and so on. So there are endless ideas, and you can try whatever comes on your mind. And same with these random position, as we have seen, we have used that to spawn a whole tree forest in a few seconds of coding. And what was the last? Yeah, mouse pointer. You can use that to follow the mouse and make the controls that way, and so on and so on. So that's literally sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want with the Scratch and a little bit of experimenting and imagination. I think I have talked a little bit too much again, but at least we have seen a couple of interesting and new ideas, and we have learned new Scratch block, which was Go 2. And that's it for this lesson, and I hope I will see you in some of the next videos. Bye for now, and keep on scratching.